Well, hello everyone. I wanted to do a review for Primitive War 2025. This movie is a small independent film. I believe it's out of Australia. It's so small, in fact, there was only actually 2 showings in the city that I live in. As far as I know, there's only 2. And I caught the second showing, which was tonight. It was a 10:10 showing at night, and the film is 2 hours 15 minutes long, so it's currently 1:15 in the morning right now. So it won't be the longest review, unfortunately, and I probably will do videos where I talk about this more in the future. But I just wanted to give you guys my initial thoughts. The film was bonkers, but in the best way possible. I really liked the sort of beginning, the middle, and sort of towards the climax of the film. The ending was just batshit insane, and I don't want to dwell too much on the negatives, but I'll get those out of the way first. Basically, I haven't read the comic or the novel that it's all based on. I think there's a comic anyway. So people in the comments will have to let me know if I'm if that's all in the comics and the novels or whatever. But the ending of this film was just insane. The amount of dinosaurs was just so crazy. But again, in the best way possible. It's like I had the most fun watching this film. But yeah, if I had to say one negative for this film initially on my reaction, it's just there's too many dinosaurs. Even when there's like herbivores and stuff milling around, there's just so many. I understand that the point of the narrative is that like dinosaurs are, they're just growing and populating the Earth quite rapidly after this like wormhole was opened up. I understand all that, but I just think like there was too many dinosaurs on screen. But aside from that, and maybe some nitpicky pacing and editing choices here or there. Like an editing choice, for example, I didn't really like the final shot of the film was this guy like smiling, and he was kind of like a character that you're not meant to like, and I kind of wish he was the main guy who had survived the trip. I understand why he died, but I kind of wish it was his character or one of his men maybe. But aside from that, everything else was amazing. The effects were great for this type of film. For what it's worth, the effects were all really good, and really sold, what they were supposed to be selling. And the acting in this film was top notch. I actually think it was really damn good. And their like sort of reactions to the dinosaurs and the situations they're in was all played really well. It's not like the greatest acting I've ever seen or anything, but there was some pretty damn good moments in there. There were some really hard-hitting moments as well. There's a bit, if I'm not really going to go into... I know I've spoiled it already at the beginning of this review, but there's a actually, fuck it, I'll just talk about it. But there's like this bit where like one of the characters who's quite religious is getting stabbed by this Vietnamese woman, and he's saying like, God forgive me, and then it just flashes to like all these dead children. Victims of the Vietnam War and stuff, and it's like that I wasn't expecting that, and it was just like really like, whoa, that's really quite dark. Whilst in the background a T-Rex is destroying a tank and blowing it up, so that's the type of film this is. There was another moment where this character was like going to commit suicide on the boat at one point, and it was just like that was really, really well done. That might have been one of my favorite acting moments in the entire film. There was a lot of like I don't know, like I can't really remember the actors' names too much, because a lot of them are sort of, I don't like this term, but they were kind of unknowns for the most part, but they played it really well. And I think because of the sort of gritty nature and the kind of offhanded way they were acting, and the way they were like I don't want to use the word amateurish because they're not amateurish, they're professionals, but it's like they had this sort of air of like realism. That's a good way of putting it. Like they felt really real, and yeah, that that did really well for the film. Just trying to think what else I was going to say about it. There was one other nitpick I just wanted to get to, which is like when they're firing their guns, they don't like really have any recoil. But that's kind of nitpicky stuff. And my thoughts are going to be like all over the place because it's like really early in the morning and I've just seen the film, so I've just come home from it. What else was there? Like, I loved, obviously the dinosaurs were amazing. I especially loved the Spinosaurus. The Spinosaurus was like really kick-ass, even though it was in the film very briefly. I love this. There was this like underwater shot where like one did like a barrel roll or something as it was like twisting under the water, and then there was a brief Spinosaurus versus Triceratops fight, which was really cool. I heard rumors that was going to be in like Jurassic World Rebirth, but then that didn't happen. A Spinosaurus versus a Triceratops, so maybe it was this film that the rumors, where they were getting those rumors from. The T-Rexes were fun. They obviously were modeled after like the Jurassic Park T-Rex, but it doesn't really matter, does it? They did their job really well. The scene when they were smashing up the base at the end was just insanely good. It was so much fun. Just watching them like just destroy this base and eat people left, right, and center. And I mean, it was just absolutely nuts. But I had a big smile across my face while I was watching it. I have to say, like, the opening of the film and like the whole characters milling about in the tent, getting to know one another, that was so well done. And then like the whole build up to them going on the mission, I thought this is so professional for the budget they had, and I think this film was like on Kickstarter or something, but it was really well done. And director Luke Spark, I have to say, congratulations, man, you've done really well with this film. And I do hope that like he gets a chance to make other movies that aren't necessarily dinosaur related, because I think he can direct actors really well. That's the sense I got from this movie. And I have to say, like, there's this film felt very old school. It felt like Predator and Aliens and Jurassic Park. Yes, we all seen like the taglines of the reviews for this film that say that. But this film really did feel like an old school movie. Like you were stepping back into like the late 80s, early 90s, and watching a movie that had dinosaurs and these grunts in it. But the way it was shot and the sort of the way it was lit at times was really really old school, and I really liked that. I liked how gritty it was. It felt so refreshing to go to the cinema and see like an actual film. Obviously, that's not to downplay some of the other big blockbusters that are out there, or other smaller films out there. But when I say actual film, I mean like one from my childhood, the RoboCop, the Predator, the Aliens, the Gremlins. That it's like cut from that kind of cloth in a way, and it just felt really refreshing to watch something that was like honestly made by a small team of people, and they managed to pull off this like quite ambitious story. I'm trying to think what else I could say about it before I need to go hit the hay. I wish there was more showings, because I would love to take some friends to go see this. But yeah, it's a very, very fun time. That's the one thing I wanted to mention. The character Keys, which I think must have been named after the Predator character. But Keys, played by, I think his name's Anthony Ingruber or something. He was really good, but his scene where he got mauled by the Deinonychus or the Utahraptor, or whatever that thing was meant to be, was genuinely disturbing. And like I was sat there, I was like, oh my god, this is horrible. And there's the sort of, I don't know, like vicious way it was just tearing at him while he was alive, and his screams and stuff. It was just like, oh. And then when it like they scared it off, and he was just sitting there in absolute agony, screaming while they're trying to like make sure his guts don't fall out. It was like, oh my god, this is really like disturbing and making me uneasy. But like, it takes a lot to get that from me. And I think it was just kind of like, I think it was the way like they made it feel like he was dead when the raptor was like tearing into him. Like it made it feel like he's died, but then he wasn't, and that's the thing that got me. I think it's like oh my god, he's still alive after that vicious attack, and then he stays alive for quite a bit after. So it's just like very very good. I think when the film tries to hit you with like some disturbing thought, like whether it's like an animal attack or suicidal thoughts or regrets about the horrors of war, it just hits the nail on the head. And then at the same time you've got dinosaurs attacking tanks and like an army of Deinonychus attacking a base and ripping people to shreds. And I mean, oh man, it was very good time. 2 thumbs up from me, and I'll definitely be getting this one on Blu-ray when it comes out. Whether it deserves a sequel or not, I don't know. I feel like there are like obviously more books, but I have to say, I think if director Luke Spark is listening to this, I want to say, man, like I think you should quit while you're ahead and use this as a jumping off point to go do other things, because like I don't know how it could get any more epic from here without feeling a bit tacky. Do you know what I mean? I feel like there was like a tackiness that was being tread on towards the end of this film, where you've got like this army of dinosaurs just deciding to attack these troops as they get their extraction. You know, you're riding the line very, very, very close there, if not stepping over it a little bit. But I feel like a sequel to this and telling more stories in this world, I feel like it would lose its charm. But that's just my personal opinion. But yeah, I feel like this very good film. That's all I'm going to say. Very good film, and it was nice to have 2 dinosaur films that came out this year that I saw at the cinema that I both enjoyed. So I enjoyed both of them. So what else is there to say? No, I think go see Primitive War if you can, or if you've already seen it, let me know in the comments below what you think. And I'm gonna go to sleep now. Just so you guys are aware, I'm working on Dino Defenders still. We're in the end game now. I'm in the end sort of scene, and I'm going back and I'm at the same time editing frames from previous episodes which I felt like need updating, and I'm also updating the dialogue. This is all happening simultaneously. I don't know when I'm going to have a release date, but fear not, I'm still working on it. And I'll keep doing Jurassic shorts when I can and all that jazz. So stick to the Pterodome. I will be back in force at some point in the near future. I'm still looking for my ship, so it's getting a bit crazy now how lost that ship has become. Anyway, guys, have a good night.